Hello, good morning, good evening, everyone. Welcome to section 6 Building AI Applications in the course Intro to AI for Beginners and Freshers. Let's get started. The big picture, what is inside an AI app? First, any AI app will have a user interface. Either it can be a screen or a chatbot, chat window, or a voice. Let's take example of ChatGPT, right? You can talk to ChatGPT using voice, or you can enter the text using chat. It is appeared on the screen, right? So either it's a mobile screen or on your desktop or laptop. Second, every AI will have a model behind it. Let's take the same example of ChatGPT. The brain or model for ChatGPT is GPT, which is a large language model, right? And data, the documents the app is allowed to look at. So let's take the example of ChatGPT. ChatGPT is trained on public data. It looks at the data that already exists on the internet and the data that it was trained on. But if you want to upload or add a document, you can add to your chart using the chart window on your screen, and you can ask the questions. We talked about it in the RAG section. Logic, the instructions or the prompt that connects it all. So AI, if you look at, it's broadly contains these four layers, right? One is the interface layer. It's a screen, chart, or voice. It's a model, AI brain. And number three, it's a data, what data it is being trained on, it is allowed to look at it. And the logic, the instructions that it connects all. This is at the high level. So what is an API? An API stands for Application Programming Interface. Lets two or more apps passage messages each other. Means two applications will talk to each other using APIs. Your app, AI app, can ask questions. The AI sends an answer back. Let's take a ChatGPT, right? ChatGPT is a basic AI app. That AI app can be connected to other travel apps also. It can be connected to your Gmail. So how ChatGPT communicates with your email Gmail is using the API keys. So for this context, given this is a beginner's one, I am trying to explain only the concepts. I'm not showing you live demo, but I can do it. If you are interested, just add a comment. I can definitely help you guys to show it in action. But on this slide, to understand, API is a application programming interface. That's how ChatGPT and Gmail can talk to each other. If you take an example of a restaurant, you order, the kitchen cooks, the food arrives. You do not need to own the kitchen, right? Same thing. This is how a small team can use the same AI as a big company. APIs are the invisible pipes that make modern AI apps possible. So API is being used in the applications, especially in the AI also, the backend. What happens when we ask a question? When we ask a question or a prompt, you type and say the question to the app. Let's take the ChatGPT example. It gathers the information or your prompt. If you upload any documents, it takes the documents. Then it sends that documentation or your prompt to the AI in the backend, that brain, right? Then AI brain performs the operation of understanding your question, connecting to different applications, looking at the document that you uploaded, then it answers back seconds later. All this happens in a very fast time. In the AI world, there is a concept called MCP. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. This is defined by Claude or Anthropic company. This is very well used across a lot of AI systems. I developed this MCP based applications also. I used MCP in my client's program or in my work a lot. So think this MCP as a USB port, one shape and everything fits in. So this is how one AI can talk to another AI using MCP. APIs are the ways that AI talks to other applications. MCP is a way we can talk with the AI systems. Every tool needs its own custom wiring. AI can safely reach files. It's how an assistant does real work, not just a chart. If you take the example of this USB, right? It's a very interesting concept. With the USB, your phone can connect to the charger, it can connect to the laptop if you have the USB port, right? Micro USB or USB port. It can connect to n number of devices. Similarly, with the MCP, the AI can connect to different AIs, different tools. It really enable the world so that it becomes very easy for us to interact with other AI systems. Without this, we need to have different wires. How we need to have a different wires connecting point A to point B, like that for MCP also we need to have a different things. So this MCP made it very easy and possible for us to connect to different AI systems. The tools people build with OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, cloud platforms are AWS, Azure, and Google, data centers, toolkits that link the AI, and no code builders, simple builders that need no coding at all. So there are some applications such as Lovable. You can just write a prompt and automatically application will be built. Microsoft is also having Microsoft Power Platform, where you can just enter your prompt and it can create the application. So there are a lot of tools that are built using this AI, and using the prompt we can create these AI based applications. What AI costs? It is very important to understand in the artificial intelligence world the cost model. How much it costs, how does the cost work in the background, right? AI is charged by token. A small piece of word, one token is roughly 3/4 of the word. So if you are using ChatGPT, you may not be knowing that you are using the tokens, because generally ChatGPT is free till certain level. But if you cross some threshold, it will ask for monthly paid membership, $20 in US, and the way they price that is based on the tokens, right? How many prompts or tokens that you send. So input tokens and output tokens means input tokens are the kind of prompt that you give it to the AI. Output token is when AI responds back, how many words it uses. Based on the count of words, there is a beautiful token algorithm. I don't want to explain that here, but for this intro course, it's better for you to understand that AI cost is measured in tokens, like how in the car when you are putting the gas, it is measured in the gallons. Like that, in AI the cost is measured in tokens. In and out, you pay for the words going in, the words coming out also, you pay for both. One answer costs less than a cent, but millions will add up pretty fast. Keep the bill in check. Continuous tokens is how companies control spending. Just to give you an example, it looks like Uber encouraged all its development team to use the AI tokens. They used the code-based token and they burned millions and billions of dollars. So always it's better to check how much money is being spent when you are using the AI. If you are using free AI, I'm sure you might have noticed sometimes AI say that, hey, you reached the limit, wait for some time and try again, kind of a thing. Okay. How AI remembers? AI has no memory, it only sees what you send it. So the app resends the screen shot each time you reply on. There is a limit to how much it can read. That is called context limit. The context limits are expensive. If you want more context limit, you need to pay more money, like tokens, right? Token is the way that you send the information, get back the information. Context is also a way to measure it. You can think easily as a electricity. In your house, if there is a electricity bill, how much you use, that much you pay, kind of a thing. Longer is costlier. If you want to have a longer context, then you need to pay more money, and it is slow also. When a chart goes too long, the oldest parts are dropped. The trade-off triangle, there is a triangle when you are working with the AI. One is speed and there is quality, and the third one is the cost. So faster answers usually come from smaller AI. Smarter answers usually come from a bigger AI. Bigger and faster both cost more money generally. So generally enterprises uses these kind of costly models. They are called frontier models. You may be hearing that word in the news and in the press releases. You rarely get all these three at once. Knowing which one matters the most is a half of the job. Picking the right AI for your job. Simple jobs. Storing emails, tagging tickets, a small and cheap AI can help. everyday chat. It is generally cost effective, and customer support, fac, mid, you can ask trip plans and other things, everyday chat. And hard thinking, if you ask a chatbot to write a program, it can write it, but it is costly, right? ChatGPT is having a solution called Codex, where you can use that to generate applications. Claude Code is also very famous. It costs a lot of money, monthly $20 to $100. And smart team mix, use the right size for each task and save money. Making AI apps safe and reliable. Safety checks, make sure that your AI is safe first. Test before you launch your AI application. Like mobile applications, these AI applications or AI agents are becoming more and more popular. People are going and buying these AI agents. I myself have a couple of AI agents that I just published it. If people are using them also, they keep watching the accuracy, speed, and cost. Backup plan, always keep a plan for when the AI slips or fails. Pause and try. Imagine an AI helper for a small bakery shop. What would people use? Think about it. Assume that you have there is a bakery shop. They hired you to build a AI application. So what really are you going to build? How the bakery customers are going to use this AI solution? Are they going to use chat or voice? What information from the bakery they want? Or would you choose a small fast AI like ChatGPT, or there are some smaller models also, open source models? Are you going to use those models? Just at the theory level, whatever you understood for this section, still now you can think about it and come up with a plan and verify it. There is no single right answer. The thinking is the skill. Career tip, knowing how AI apps work helps you to talk with any tech team. Interface is an important thing, model is another, data and logic. So if you are trying for a job, generally you may be working to support the existing app, or you will be building a AI app. Every AI app will have these kind of four-legged features. APIs connect the apps to the AI, MCP connects AI tools, tokens are the way that you measure how AI in tokens. Every app balances speed, quality, and cost. Section 6, the key takeaways. Every AI app is interface, model, data, and logic. APIs let your app talk to other AI. MCP lets AI talk to other tools. AI is priced in tokens. The AI has no memory, but if you pay for money, it will store the context, that is called context memory. So every session has a new context, but if you want to have a common context, you can have a paid version, and people will try to manage that context also. You always trade off speed, quality, and cost. That's it for now. Thanks for tuning in for section 6. Looking forward to see you in my last section for this course, Intro to AI, in section 7. Bye for now.